Good morning, good morning. Why can't you see my... Happy Friday! Okay. Let's see. There we go. Levi, my baby boy, is sleeping. Went down for a nap not too long ago. So we are ready to go until he wakes up. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Madi. I am an aspiring full-time day trader. Right now I am working on my discipline. I have been trading since 2020, learning how to trade since 2020, live trading since 2024, and this year I've really taken a deep dive into my discipline after going on tilt and losing $25,000 of my own capital. So right now I have some set rules for myself. A little bit about myself. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I also have a coaching business, a young adult and teen coaching business with my husband for life coaching that I help him run. I do more behind the scenes stuff like CFO work and things like that. And then I have a 6-month-old. And yeah, trading is, I'm trying to make trading my main source of income, a sustainable income. I have a few discipline rules for myself in order to make sure I can make this a sustainable income. And that is pray before the charts or before I take a trade. Number 2 is 1 trade a day, cannot close early. So it's either 1 trade or no trade. I trade only from 9:30 to 11. I don't take any trades after or before that. 1 strategy, I use supply and demand. I trade 1 instrument, which is MES, and 1 time frame, which is the 5-minute. My max daily loss right now is $100 because I'm trading with a $500 account, and anything above 500 I take out as profit for myself daily. If it's below 500, then I just trade until I get it back up above 500. I just started that a couple weeks ago. It's been working okay so far. All right, so let's do a little top-down analysis. I know I'm a little late to the party. Oh, and let me post to Insta. Okay. So we had a little bit of a pullback the past 2 days, but it looks like it found some support in that area. We've broken all-time highs. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Freaking awesome. Look at this trend line break. Excuse me, my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points. 5, kind of. 4 or 5 touch points. And then it broke. And look at the run it's been on ever since. Trend lines are amazing if you have the capital to play with. 300 points. And technically, if you're trading on the 4-hour time frame, you would still be in this trade if you're trading trend lines the way Tori trades trend lines. Try to say that 10 times. That was the first strategy I started trading with in 2024 when I started trading live, was her strategy trend line break or bounces or rejects. Love. They work so well, especially on gold. But they require a little bit more capital because of where you put your stop loss for that strategy anyway, the way she trades. So I intend to bring trend lines back in and trade with trend lines down the road for swing trades. But once I have gained some consistency in day trading and, you know, built my account that way. I love Tori. What's up, Tasia? She's like one of the first. There's a few traders that I followed on Instagram that I like to like. I mentioned a few of them yesterday, like Vincent, Desi Trades, Carmine Rosado, loved him. Wealth Squad, Chris Johnson. But Tori, I really dove deep into her strategy because she gives a lot of value. Her lives, she used to give a lot of value. She doesn't do a lot of lives anymore, but she used to. And she would basically tell you how to do her strategy. But then I ended up buying her course. It was like a $3,000 course. And it was like 20 days and we did like group coaching and I loved it. I thought it was so good. I was well worth the money. Loved learning the strategy to a T. I made a lot of money with the strategy in the beginning of the year. But like I said, I was over leveraging. I was just risking way too much for what my account could handle. So I couldn't trade that strategy. I had to switch to day trading. That's why I went from swing trading to day trading. And so I feel like supply and demand works better on the day trading and then trend lines for swing trading. So my goal is to down the road be able to swing trade and day trade. But baby steps. So, okay. Let's see what's looking here. I really like to look at the 1 hour for my levels to tell me, to kind of confirm which direction price is going. I'm so tired. First sip of coffee. Yeah. That was good. It went down the wrong tube. Okay. So 1 hour. So this is the 1 hour pre-market high. So it did have a big push at 8 a.m. Was there news today? Surprise payroll fall. Quells rate hike fears. I'm going to be 100% honest. I half the time do not understand what the hell these mean. And I don't trade the news anyway, so, but I do like to be conscious of it because with MES, the market, and NASDAQ, like it's definitely going to be reacting to the news, you know? So it's good to be aware of it. I just don't use it as, like I don't trade because of it. I tried trading because of it when we had heard about the news about the war in the beginning of the year in March. And that's when I blew my $25,000 account. So I said, I'm no longer trading the news. But it was stupid. I was literally trading because I thought that gold was just going to go up just because there was signs of war. And it did go up, but I thought it was going to go up forever. And I just kept trading, kept trading. I made $11,000 that night. And one night, so nice. But then I lost it all. And then I blew my entire account. A $10,000 account that I had taken me so long to grow. And that's why I'm trading with a $500 account now. I have to pay the consequences. All right, I just feel like nothing is really happening. All right, 1 hour low. We are obviously in an uptrend. We have some pullback days, but it's kind of hard to determine when those days are going to be and how long the pullback is going to be. So unless it's like a clear downtrend, I'm going to be looking just for long positions today. And if I don't get a long position today, then I won't take a trade. That's what I say right now. Let's see if I stay true to that. So yeah, so like even on the 15 minute, it hasn't broken either way after pre-market. Like in pre-market, it broke here to the upside, which gives me more confirmation to go up, but then it just completely took out that candle. And then pre-market, now it's going up. So it's very hasn't really chosen yet. So I'm just gonna kind of wait. Let's see the 5 minute. So the 5-minute is breaking this minor break of structure. I would call this the major break of structure because it's like the last recent high for real. But then this came up and made another high and then came back down. So it is a minor break of structure, where then this would be the demand zone. So this green candle broke this high right here. This green candle broke this green candle's high, and that's considered a minor break of structure. So if it taps, it could go back up, but I'm just concerned about it not fully breaking this yet, but it could still make it there. With 101. Mama, I'm tired. I need to stretch. All right, let's see how it reacts at the zone. Let's see. Oh, let's post. Now that we've done our pre-market, and we are just waiting, we can post, but now my phone is dead. If this closes outside of the zone, I would look to see what the next candle does. And I would possibly enter on the break of this candle. So like right here, if the next candle takes us there. And then my stop would be on that candle's low. So we'll see. All right, so I do like how it's reacting. Oh, maybe not that. So I have a whole minute left. I've really learned how to not jump in impulsively. And I'm sure you guys, if you go back on my streams, you'll see, even like my first couple streams, I was doing very aggressive entries. And it worked for a while, but not anymore. puppy. Hi. Here. Come here. That was me. All right, let's see. I kind of like this for a long position. Let's see this next candle. If it breaks, yeah, I like it. All right, so we entered long. It's cool to see that I'm taking consistent 15-point stops. It's like 15 point, 10 point. That's kind of been the range of what my stops have been. So it's cool to kind of know that or learn that about my instrument and my trades, you know, that I'm usually looking at like a 15, like just gathering that data is cool. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I entered this prematurely. I did say I wanted it to break this 1 hour high, but I think it could at least come up to this 1 hour high. It just won't give me 1-1. If it starts to reject here, I'm just gonna close it. I also can't be scared to take a trade that I think, right? Like, so yes, I'm working on being patient, but I think that this is a good quality setup and I can't, you know, it's not going to break my account. I'm not over leveraging. It's a good play. If I think it's a good play right now, then I'm good with taking it and just take it and stop overthinking it, you know? As long as you're following your rules, if it's a loss, it's a loss. It is what it is. And then you reflect later and you figure out why that was. And maybe you uncover something. But if in the moment you felt good about it and then it's just wrong, it is what it is. Let me post that I'm here before I end up closing out my trade already. Sorry guys, I am posting on Instagram. I have like a few little things I wanted to post. I did like a little come with me and follow me for, or like everything that I do before I start live streaming. That's why I'm usually late. So I'm trying to post all the little things that all the little videos I did, or like pictures. Let's see, maybe I should have waited. Like I said I was going to, and I didn't. It's not looking good. I don't like that it broke all those. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out. It's okay. It's all right. I should have maybe waited like I said I was gonna. Oh my gosh, I was gonna move my stop down a little bit too. It's okay. Yeah, so how do I feel? Why does the market order chopped salad whenever I enter a trade? It's so funny. No, seriously. It treats, I hate when I enter a trade, like let's say I'm going long, and then it treats my entry as resistance. It literally will just like, that's like the peak. I'm like, all right, I'm going long. And then it just rejects right there. This sucks. Getting stopped out by a wick, bro? What? What? And I normally give it more wiggle room. But it's going down, it looks like. I think I kind of rushed it, maybe. I don't know. I was distracted, that's what it was. I might take another trade today. Oh my gosh, I didn't pray. Yeah, see, my head was not in the game this morning. My head was on Instagram posting. I should have never. I gotta get a better routine so I can do all the things. It's so hard to do all the things. So hard. Look at that. All right. I'm pissed. What strategy do you pray? What strategy do you trade, Tasia? Yeah, I mean, I like longs. I like longs. I probably just entered too early. I should have waited for the 1 hour confirmation like I said I was going to, which I didn't. Let me write all this down. I was going to wait for the... I decided to enter instead and got stopped out. I think my direction is correct, but my timing was just off. Yeah, and it's above yesterday's high. I like it. Oh, but you know what? Why didn't I mark up yesterday's high? Huh, look at that. If I would have had yesterday's high marked up like I normally do, I would have seen that we were literally at that area where I took my trade. Surprise payrolls. It looks like NASDAQ is looking to break this 1 hour low. Let's go. I'm so happy we trade this in. I love Camelia, I think her name is Cam. I'm just like, Girl, you are goals. You are goals. But it's cool to see her journey too, you know? Like if you go back on her YouTube videos, you see her struggle and her perseverance. And that's what I am praying to do. One day people go through my videos and say, remember when she was making only $40 or losing $75? MES is very slow, and that's why I trade MES. It's like the opposite because it's slower, and MNQ was just a little too volatile for me, so it was kind of like throwing me all out of whack. So I was like, yeah, let me get something nice and slow and steady, but sometimes, yeah, it just is literally excruciating the way you have to wait, and then MNQ has given you like 2 or 3 setups already. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Yeah, and it sucks when I see like MES made a play, or I mean, didn't, you know, I got stopped out on MES, and then I go on her trading journal, and I'm like, there she's like, oh, $6,000 day. Like, one day. Yeah. And I haven't traded MNQ enough to know it well enough, you know, like you want to build that relationship with that instrument. And I just haven't had, the time. I used to trade gold. Gold was my main bread and butter. Gold, 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 gold. Loved gold futures. My goodness, gold. I have made a lot of money on gold, but that's when I was over leveraging too much. So then I decided. Also, MES has a lower margin requirement, so that was another reason I decided, because I have such a small account. It only takes $50 to open a micro contract versus $100 with NASDAQ. So because, you know, normally that doesn't matter, it's not a big deal, but with a $500 account, you want to have as much wiggle room as possible in your margin. I want to see, I wonder if I can. Honestly, I think this was a good trade. The only thing that I would reflect and say there was an area of improvement is 2 things. One, I didn't realize that it was right at yesterday's high. So I could have waited for it to break that. And 2, I could have listened to my gut and said, no, I want to wait for this 1 hour high to be broken before I'm convinced it's going up. But what did I do? I didn't wait. I got in, and then I got chopped up and stopped out quickly. So those were my lessons for today. I want to always have at least a lesson. And maybe the lesson is, oh, you took a really good trade. It was an A+ setup. Everything looked great, and it just didn't work out. And that's okay sometimes too, you know? I'm gonna start documenting that. Lessons. could have waited for 1 hour swing to break. And didn't have previous day high marked up, which is a significant area of resistance. And it is exactly right. I think my account's at like $400 now. Yeah. But whatever. I grew in a $100 account, so I can do 400. Gold is or was Bay, but a loss on gold would completely wipe out my MES and MNQ wins. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like, the thing is, I wasn't trading. I don't feel like supply and demand works really well, at least not the way we are trading it on gold. I never found a good setup, or at least I would watch Cam and she'd be like, I just wouldn't see that her win rate would be as high on gold the way it was on NQ. So I was like, I'm not really gonna trade supply and demand on gold. I was trading trend lines on gold, 1 hour trend lines. They work so good, especially for bounces and rejects. But like I was saying earlier in the stream, the way Tori trades is like basically, like let's say this is the downtrend line and this is the up one, whatever. And let's say I'm like, okay, I want to take a short position here because I think it's going to break this trend line. So then my stop would be on the other side of the opposing trend line, which is 267 points. So it was too, it required too much of a stop loss for what my capital, for the capital that I had. So I have to wait until I have more capital and I can say, yeah, I can risk $500 on a trade if I need to, because I have $3,000 in my account or whatever, not even 3,000, maybe like 10,000 or something. So that's why I want to go back to trend lines, or not go back to it, but add it into my plan after I have enough capital. Because right now the risk to reward on supply and demand is just the best. And same with like break and retest, is the same thing, is like the best. I think break and retest and supply and demand, obviously because they're kind of the same, is the best for risk to reward ratios because your stop is so much smaller. Tasia, do you have like a set amount of trades rule? I remember you told me your rules the other day, but I can't remember if that was one of them. Like if you, yes, exactly. So when I was trading the trend lines and the swing strategy, because you have to wait it out, right? Like, and it could be that it plays out in a day. It could be that it plays out in 3 weeks, who knows? So that was another thing. I didn't realize that there's so much to learn with not just trading, but like the instruments that you're trading too, right? So like, because I trade futures, I don't know if you trade, well, yeah, you trade futures. With futures, the day trading requirement is so much lower than the swing trading requirement, like to hold overnight. So this whole time I used to trade with like a $2,000 account, and that's when I was like learning, and I was like, oh, I'm just trying to learn. I would get like $100 like every day, you know, cool. But in my mind, I was always like, I need to grow this account to at least $10,000 in order to make significant moves and then start withdrawing money. And so I grew my $2,000 account. I ended up depositing more money. I ended up depositing $4,000 more. So I ended up depositing $6,000 and grew it to $10,000, and before I withdrew anything. And then I made like $11,000, and I was like, all right, I'm going to withdraw $1,000. That was my first ever withdrawal. And then I start day trading more, and I start realizing I don't need $10,000 in my account. Like, what? I'm trading with a $500 account right now because I didn't realize that the requirement for just to day trade was so much lower. So that was another reason I went over to day trading versus swing trading, because the requirement for margin was so much lower. $50 versus, I mean, like, look at MNQ, and I'm sure you know this, but the margin for overnight is $3,700. So in order for me to hold the position overnight, my account cannot fall below $3,700. And I don't know if, I'm sure Tasia, you know this, but if anybody else doesn't know that. And then in order to day trade, in order to open a contract on MNQ just for the day, and I just have to close it before the market closes for the day, is $100. So there's so much more room to play and actually trade and grow your account when you're day trading. So that was another reason that was one of the reasons that I went over to day trading and switched from her strategy. And then reason number two was like I was making like $250 off a trade, but it would take me like a day or like 4 hours to make $250. And then I'd talk to my friend and she'd be like, yeah, I made $500 in 5 minutes, or, you know, obviously not all the time, but I was like, damn, why am I taking so long? Because I was like, I'll just wait till I grow my account and then I'll just buy more contracts. But I was like, if I could make that day trading and just be done for the day, and I'm not thinking about that trade anymore, you know, like I'm not like just waiting and then it ends up being a loss and I'm wasted 3 days. Like I like showing up every single day with a new opportunity, you know, like, and that's changed for me because before I couldn't handle that. Before I would overtrade too much. So now I really like this, like just being in and out, like you said, with a smaller loss or a smaller win, but I like getting those base hits with, it's like a dopamine hit. I think that helps us feel like we're progressing, you know? And yeah, and with the trend lines, you can't really measure your risk to reward. Like, it's not realistic that you'll get a 1-to-1. And like, I know you can trail your stop, so that's cool, but I don't know. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Tasia, because since you traded the trend lines, but it's kind of like, it's just too high risk. It's just too high risk for the reward right now. Look at this. So see, looks like it's playing out. I honestly feel really good about where I'm at mentally and discipline wise, even though I just crashed out like 2 days ago. I'm literally like, yeah, I'm doing so good. And then literally was just bawling my eyes out 2 days ago. But I think that if I see another opportunity for a play, I think I'm going to take it and break this 1 trade a day rule if a really good opportunity presents itself. Like, and when I say that, I mean, it's broken both of these highs and then it gives me an opportunity for an entry to go long. because that's ultimately what I'm waiting for and what I should have waited for when I took that first entry. So if it gives me that before this afternoon, like 2, I think I'm gonna take it. And if it doesn't, then I just won't. And either way, I'll be okay with it, because it's not me. The 1 trade a day came from me losing a trade and then jumping right back in, and then jumping right back in, and then jumping right back in, whether I made money or lost money. So the fact that I'm not just jumping right back in tells me that I've grown a lot in that aspect, and I just need to it just makes me feel like, okay, I've grown in that aspect, so I'm taking a trade. If I do take another trade, I'm taking it for the right reason, not just for revenge or FOMO. Use love instead, Tasia. If you're one of those people, you're probably like, that just pissed me off even more, girl. I'm getting off your stream. You're too positive for me. Sometimes I'm too positive. My friends are like, Mari, I don't need you to be freaking positive. Like, let me just complain, please. I'm like, okay. But the self-awareness is so key. I felt really distracted. I was definitely distracted when I took that trade too. I was literally texting or posting on Instagram. Like, it wasn't, I didn't feel really, really good about it. Yo, why does Samuel L. Jackson never age, by the way? Like, why does he look exactly the same now than he did in Pulp Fiction? Like, in what? Oh, he wasn't in the Spider-Man movie, but in the recent Marvel movie he was in, he looks like exactly the same. Two L's for the day. But yeah, that's what I'm realizing is, like, it's okay to take another trade if it's a good trade. Because I see so many traders that will have a loss and then they recover. But it's about doing it the right way. Were both your losses on M&Q? Probably because he doesn't trade. Yeah, absolutely. I wish I could react to your message, but it doesn't, like, let me. I guess I could do a little emoji. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, see? Direction was right. Timing was just off. Seriously though, I was thinking about it yesterday, because I'm like, I'm over here like, you know, I feel like I'm on a mission to inspire women and moms to day trade and, like, help them. And I'm like, I'm over here freaking showing how stressed out I am. These moms are not going to want to take this on, you know? Like, it's not easy. But it's not that trading is hard. It's us. It's us. The discipline is the hard part. It's not us. I mean, it's not trading. Trading is so easy. Like, it's so easy. But it's about mastering ourselves. And I want to, like, create a community eventually where, like, you have to follow these rules. Like, the only way you can be in the community is if you follow these rules, you know, because I don't want you to fail. And I know that if you go in with the mentality of, or, you know, you go in like we did and you just start trading, you're going to, exactly. It forces you to face your worst qualities. I was not a disciplined person ever, 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 ever. And that's why it's been so hard for me. That's why it's taken me so long. And now when I started to finally be disciplined in my real life, that's when everything transformed in my trading. Because before, I wasn't disciplined and I didn't care to be disciplined. That was the big difference. I didn't want to be disciplined. I didn't care. I was like, no, I'm fine. I like my life the way it is. I don't need to change anything about it. And then it changed, and I genuinely enjoy being disciplined. I genuinely enjoy pushing myself and challenging myself. And, you know, so I have to give myself grace because I've only started to become a disciplined person this year. So yeah, I've been trading since 2020, but my mindset hasn't really caught up to where it needs to be until literally this year. So I am still in my first year of actually really trading with the right mindset. And I have to give myself grace. And I think all of us do when we're in that situation. But yeah, I was like, because I was like, man, I want to like teach my sister, I want to teach family. And I think about Tori and how her uncle taught her. And the reason why I truly believe, she says this and I believe it too, is that the reason why she was so successful is because she wasn't trying to learn from a million different people. She literally just did what her uncle told her. And she took his word as bond, and she just followed that. And she wasn't distracted by, you know, shiny object syndrome and so many different strategies and so many people making money and and I got to trade all these times. Like, no, I'm going to give you the blueprint, but I'm going to give you the blueprint on what works. And it starts with discipline, and it starts with having discipline rules. And if you can do this, you will succeed. So I want to kind of tie it to something like that, but obviously I have to be proof of concept first. I have to prove that I can be disciplined, prove that I can be profitable, and then I will bring on other women, hopefully, that want to follow me. That would be the best. Also, my son is going to wake up very soon. Oh my gosh, be right back. Still sleeping. Are you in that trade? No. No, I got stopped out. I entered too early. I entered here, and then it stopped me out here, and then it ended up going in the right direction. But I entered too early, unfortunately. So now I'm just waiting for another opportunity if it presents itself. Dang. I mean, it's cool, like, you know, that my trade idea worked out, I guess. I just need my P&L to reflect that. Why did I enter there? So I trade supply and demand. Cam, her trading journal on YouTube, her strategy, that's who I trade. That's the strategy that I used to trade. So basically, you are looking for the direction of the trend. I believe it's an uptrend. So I was looking for longs up, and it broke this high right here. It broke structure. So when this candle broke it, I marked up this zone, which is the red candle before the candle that broke the high. So when it was reacting at the zone right here, see right here, it kind of wicked out of the zone, and then it had a green candle out of the zone. I felt comfortable with entering, believing that it was going to go up. And then my stop was put at the bottom of the zone right here. The zone is the yellow. And then I put my stop at the bottom of the zone. So I went long here, but it just rejected and stopped me out right here. And then came all the way down here before it bounced back up. And it looked like it's bouncing off of this 1 hour trend line, daily trend line. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's not a trend line. That's yesterday's low, maybe? What is this? That is a trend line. Where's that coming from? And why does it look so far on the daily? Oh, because the trend lines move. That's why. Yeah. So yeah. So the other opportunity that I'd be looking to take, let me leave this here so I can go back tomorrow and see what I did. Would be here. And look, it's rejecting at the 1 hour high beautifully. I'm going to delete this one now since it's been invalidated. But it could also bounce from this yesterday's high, break and retest it. Tasia, if you're still here, have I shown you my discipline app? What is it? Yeah, look at that. This is my trading app that I've put together to help me follow my rules. Now, I did not log yesterday. Yesterday, I did follow my rules, right? Yeah, one instrument. Yeah, pray, spectrum. It was just a loss for $40. Bit impulsive. I can't remember yesterday's trade. I don't remember. I have to go back and look. And then today, I will submit today's later. But my goal, let's go back to trading view. My goal with that app is basically, and there's nothing happening. I mean, it's exactly what I said. Look, break and retest of yesterday's high. Beautiful. The app, basically what I'm doing is, oh wait, no, yesterday was a no trade day. Yeah, I forgot about that. Wednesday was the loss. Let's see. 6K. Oh, burst. All right, so yeah, Thursday was a no trade day. And then today. So far I've followed my rules if I don't take another trade. And my goal here is basically there's a system behind it. So I need to do good for 30 days. And if I do, then I can move on to the next phase, which is here. And that will allow me to trade with bigger capital, maybe take more trades, you know, just have a little bit more flexibility and more freedom in my trading. But I can only earn that if I score a 90% or higher average in the 30 days that I'm doing it. So I need a 90%, basically an A, to pass to the next level. And the way that I score myself is by following my discipline rules every day. So obviously you have to be honest with yourself. And then you can log your trades and stuff if you want. I haven't logged mine since Monday. I need to log my Tuesday and Wednesday trades. But yeah, that is my app. Let's go back to trading view now. All right, well, let's see if it'll come back down here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, what time is it? 10:40. I'm gonna sign off. Thank you. Exactly. Goal is less trades. For sure. I think I'm gonna sign off because nothing's happening and I'm gonna just either force the trade or waste time. It's 10:40. I'm gonna set I set an alert here. So if price goes down here, I'll get a notification on my phone. And then I'll see how I'm feeling. I'll see how it's reacting at the zone and if I want to enter the trade or not. Because it would be another $75 stop. So I would have to be comfortable with losing $150 on the day if it doesn't work out. That's the biggest thing. It's not about how much you want to make, it's about how much you're comfortable losing. So am I okay with losing $150 on the day? If I lose another $75, my account would be at $325. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to take that risk unless it looks really good, because I do like that it's here in this trend line. So we'll see. Have a good weekend, everybody except MNQ, for real. Don't be trying my dog Tasia like that, MNQ. You need to get it together. I know. Oh my gosh, what's your name? C4EX9MH. Because you are holding me accountable, and I like that. That's what I need. You're right. I would be breaking 3 rules. I'd be breaking max daily loss. I'd be breaking 9:30 to 11 trading hours only, and 1 trade a day. Maybe I shouldn't. You're right. I think I need to accept the L. We'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. Come back on Monday and find out. Or just follow me on Instagram, because I might post it on there. Yeah, I know. 1 trade a day. I know. You're right. You're calling me out. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's what I needed. My demand zone for my last trade was right here. This candle. It was okay. It was an okay trade. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was A+, because it didn't break a higher time frame level. It just came down to the higher time frame, sweeped it, and went back up. So I wouldn't call that an A+ setup. That's what it is. What's your name? Are you gonna be my accountability partner? C4TH. I need that. That's really why I started this whole live streaming and content journey, was to freaking be held accountable by somebody, anybody. Yeah, I agree. I think I entered too early. And I said it, even in the stream, I was like, I'm gonna wait for the 1 hour high to be broken, or I just wanna wait for more confirmation, and I didn't. So that's something I have to work on, doing what I said I'm gonna do. C4th? Oh, C4th. That makes a lot of sense. What's up, C4th? I'm Muddy. All right, I keep saying I'm gonna sign off. All right, I'm signing off for real. I know, it looks like it's gonna cook. I just really like that it's at this trend line. And at this, this low, which is looking like a 1 hour low. Like, look at that. It bounced so beautifully off the trend line. But then look at that. It has a super high wick and a super low wick. Like, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done, y'all. All right, if I take another trade, we'll see on Monday. I'll review it with you guys and let you know. But other than that, it was an L, unfortunately. That sucks. I think I'm gonna be red on the week, unfortunately. But it's okay. We're not giving up. Come back Monday, even better. Thank you, Jesus, for today. I'm gonna get off the stream praying because I did not pray before I took that trade. So thank you, Jesus, for today. Thank you for the lesson, God. And I just pray that you provide, Father, that you bring me clarity, bring me discernment with my trades, Father. And I pray for peace after today, that I don't go back in and revenge trade. And I just pray for some type of clarity, Lord, and profitability. Thank you, Jesus. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. We're still in the chop. Exactly. And sometimes when you're sitting in the chart and you're just like watching it so closely that you lose sight of what's actually happening on the chart. Like right now, I'm confused. And if I can't see anything clearly right now, there's no reason for me to take a trade. So I'm going to follow. If you follow your plan and your plan's bad, at least you could fix the plan. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And I learned the lesson. I think I just entered a little too early today because my plan did work out. But I'm going to follow my trading rules. I'm not going to take another trade. We're going to call it a day and go from here. The only thing I can control is my not taking another trade. And that's the only thing I control. That's what I'm going to control today. And keep building this discipline muscle at least until my discipline challenge is up. I'm literally 16 days in, so I'm halfway through. Let me just try to make it to the rest of the discipline challenge, the next 30 days. Okay, I'm done, I'm rambling. Bye guys, thank you so much for joining my stream. I hope you come back on Monday. Thank you for your support, happy trading, and best